Wednesday at around 12:45. I woke up at like 8 this morning because we had to go help my brother with something. And I am now starting to feel like a little bit of cramps. I felt some last night, so I just popped on my heating pad and I'm going to watch Stranger Things and just keep you guys updated because I'm obviously going to be starting either today or tomorrow. So I'll just keep you guys updated if I start my period or what's going on. Also, basically, if you don't know what this video is, I'm doing a like week in the life period edition, but my period only lasts 3 days, so I'm going to be filming all 3 days of my period to kind of show you guys what my symptoms are, what I do, what I eat, things like that. And I'm also going to be answering some questions that you guys had later on in the video. So it's 8 o'clock on the same day and I still haven't started my period, but I have been so sore all day. Like now I have the heating pad on my back because my body is just like aching. So I've basically just been laying here and I think tonight I'm going to take a shower. Okay everyone, it's currently Thursday at around like 4 p.m. and I still haven't started my period yet. So I guess this will kind of be like a week in the life period edition because I'm also just going to be sharing with you guys like my symptoms beforehand. So I'm going to explain like what I've been feeling like. So basically the past couple of nights I have had major insomnia, and it's something I have when I'm really close to my period. Like I can't sleep at night, but I sleep all day. And also my body has been so sore. My neck, my legs, my feet, literally everything has just been so sore. Also I have been cramping a bit, so I've been wearing my heating pad, but they've kind of subsided now. But my period thing says I should start in the next couple of days. So I am going to take advantage of not being on my period quite yet, and I'm going to get some cleaning done. So I just cleaned Orion's litter box, that's why it's not there. So I need to like vacuum before I put it back in. And either today or tomorrow I'm going to carpet clean. So I guess I'm gonna go do that now. Also on Amazon Prime, it says at 7 p.m. tonight that The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 2 is coming soon, like at 7 p.m. So I guess I'm going to film my reaction tonight to see if it's actually the second season or not. But if it's not, it is coming out tomorrow, so I'll definitely film my reaction.
Hey, you are in Paris. I may have put it on when you was falling down. Hey, you find it funny. You find it funny, love.
So I might look a little bit crazy because I just got out of the shower, but I put my pajamas on and I'm just about to watch TV. And I think that's all I'm going to do for the rest of the night because it's already 10:30. So I will see you guys in the morning or later tonight if I start. I know this is already like a kind of long process even before it starts, but this is kind of how it is. I wait for like a week for it just because you kind of never know when it could start. And I start feeling symptoms like a week before. So I just really want to show you guys the full scope because I feel like people never show the full thing. So I hope you guys are enjoying so far.
Find it funny, love. You got it crazy now.
Okay guys, it's 3:21 on Friday and I actually have started my period now, so I need to log my period and then I think I'm just gonna watch some TV because I'm a little bit crampy, but not crampy enough to take medicine. So I basically just wanted to sit here and explain something about medicine because I had some questions about that. You can basically take any pain reliever if you have cramps. You can take Midol, Advil, Tylenol. I take children's chewable ibuprofen because I can't chew pills. Not chew pills. I can't swallow pills. So you can take regular ibuprofen, chewable ibuprofen. I take liquid Tylenol. But basically from the start of my period to about a few years ago, I used to vomit almost every time I had my period because the pain was so bad. But then all of a sudden, like the pain really died down. Like I still have super terrible cramps, but the last couple of times, if I take a little bit of Tylenol or take a couple chewable ibuprofens, my cramps go away almost immediately. So if you guys need to know 2 things about cramps, it's number 1, I would definitely recommend getting this, I would definitely recommend getting this huge little heating pad from Walgreens. It's my favorite. It wraps around my whole stomach and it makes me feel just a lot better. And I would recommend getting some kind of pain reliever just in case you need it. So I'm going to log my period and then I'm going to watch some TV. Okay, you guys, me and my mom went to the store and we got a fountain drink and I got jalapeno chips too because I wanted it and it sounded good. But I am now starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable and I honestly just want to lay in bed. So I just used these chewable ibuprofens and I'm going to open them and take them. It's orange flavor, so it doesn't taste bad. It's just like orange. And it's also like really chalky because they're chewable. Now I'm just gonna go back to laying down with my heating pad and I'm just gonna watch TV. I'm going to quickly set you guys up and show you something that I think not a lot of people talk about. Like, I think people talk about bloating a lot, but when you are on your period, there's just so much going on right here. I've only had a dinosaur chicken nuggets today and a bag of chips, and this is how bloated I am. But it's perfectly normal, and I just wanted to remind you that bloating is so normal and nothing is wrong with you. It's now almost 7:30 and I'm actually feeling a lot better. Like, the medicine has definitely settled in now. I'm barely cramping, so I actually think I'm gonna get up and curl my hair and charge my phone because I'm either going to like film makeup videos tonight or I'm gonna film them tomorrow. So I think I'm just gonna curl my hair and watch some TV, and then I will update you guys if I decide to do makeup, and I'll show you guys kind of like the process. So I ended up curling my hair and then my dad asked if we wanted to go get Wingstop. So I got Wingstop and I got mild wings, and I actually wanted to answer one of the questions that I got before I started eating because I got a question that says, what food should you avoid on your period? Obviously I tried to like not eat so much junk, but first of all, I'm a teenager. It's what we do. Second of all, I think if your body is craving it, eat it. Whether that's an apple or a chocolate bar, if your body's craving it, then I would eat it because you live one life and there's no reason to restrict yourself, especially when your body's going through so much. So I wouldn't say like what foods to avoid, but I know there are foods like dark chocolate and regular chocolate that can help with cramps and make you feel better. I'm gonna eat this food and then I'll get back to you guys if I decide to do anything. Okay, you guys, even though it's 10:30, I'm just gonna sit here at my desk and do the back to December makeup look. So I'm actually going on to my YouTube account on my computer and I'm going to pull up some of the questions that you guys asked me. I don't know if I'm going to be answering all of them because I do like to do my makeup kind of in my zone. So I think I'm just going to answer a couple and then answer the rest of them later on in the video since I still have a couple more days to film. So the first thing I'm going to be using is the 𝒊𝒏𝒒𝒄 Hydrating Serum. And the first question, I got this question a lot, is how do you deal with cramps? So like I've already said, and I actually just showed you guys the heating pad that I use. I know it's $32, but I promise it's so worth it. And it's not like it's gonna like go bad or anything, so I definitely recommend getting that. And I also said earlier that pain medication can be really helpful for some people. Taking a hot shower or hot bath. I think those are really the only ones that I can think of, and also just getting lots of rest and making sure you're hydrated, because if you get dehydrated, I know that that can really harm your body, especially if you're on your period. The next thing I'm using is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors, and the next question is it okay if we just sleep all day or should we get up? And that goes along with a lot of people were asking, do I feel bad if I'm lazy? I get really lucky because my parents are really supportive, especially when I'm on my period, and you know, if I just want to stay in bed all day or if I want to sleep all day, they never make me feel bad about it. But even if people are making you feel bad about it, you shouldn't, because your body is literally going through like one of the hardest things it could right now. So it needs a lot of extra rest. I think it's really important to get extra sleep, and even if you're not sleeping, I think it's so important to just sit in bed and watch TV. Because again, your body is going through so much. So to answer your question, I don't ever feel bad if I'm lazy. Number one, my period's only 3 days, which I talk about that a lot. So I do get really lucky. It's only 3 days, and usually I just am not productive on the first day. but I don't think anybody should feel bad for being less productive because you're on your period. Next, I'm going with my Milani Screen Queen foundation in the shade 170 Golden Fair, and the next question is, can you swim on your period? So the simple answer to this is yes, you can swim on your period. You just have to take a couple extra precautions, like you can use a period swimsuit. I did have somebody ask me if I've ever used a period swimsuit, and I actually haven't, but you can use that. You can use a diva cup or a period cup. You can use a tampon. You're just gonna have to take extra precautions to make sure that you're being safe and clean in the water. I have already talked about this a little bit before because somebody asked me in my period Q&A video, but your period doesn't stop in the water, but the water does kind of, what's the correct term for it? I'll put the correct term for it right here, but the water does kind of block your period, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but you still have to be safe and use the proper things because you're still on your period. So the next question I got is a very fair question. It says, is it good to use toilet paper for your period, or do you need to use pads and tampons? And this also goes along with my first period story. I had a lot of people asking me about it, and I've told it before, but I'll tell it again because I think it's normal to talk about. And I'm going to be going in with my Rare Beauty concealer in the shade 120C. This is literally my favorite. And basically my first period story was, it was the summer of 4th grade, and I ended up getting it, and I was super nervous. I don't know why, but it wasn't something that me and my mom were like talking about a lot back then. So when I got it, I did hide it from her and my dad, and I was using toilet paper, and I would say that's not good. Number one, it bleeds through super fast, and it's also just not the most hygienic thing. Now, if you were to run out of pads and tampons and couldn't get to the store just yet, it's an alternative that you can use for the time being, but I definitely wouldn't recommend using it as like an all the time thing. So when my parents found out, my mom just took me to Walgreens and she said, look, this is normal. She got me some pads, and it was literally not as embarrassing as I thought it would be, and now we talk about it all the time, and I'm sitting here talking to 22,000 strangers about it. It's not as scary and terrifying to talk about as a lot of people think. It obviously can be uncomfortable at first, but after a while you just get used to talking about it. So to answer your question, I would say you do need pads or tampons, and my personal recommendation would be to start out with pads because tampons can be really intimidating and really scary, and I started the summer of 4th grade and I'm now going into 11th grade and I've never used tampons, and that works out perfectly fine for me. Like if I'm going to the beach or I'm going swimming, I just don't get in the water. It doesn't really bother me that much. I know for some people, like they're going to camp and stuff, and that's not really an option. So if you have to learn how to use a tampon, just make sure you're asking your mom or your grandma or your guardian. I'm now going in with my Tarte Breezy Cream Contour. And the next question is, I know you don't go to public school, but how do you deal with cramps and periods in general at school? So I've talked about this before. Maybe I'll show you guys later on in the video, but because I'm sitting here doing my makeup, I can't. You need an emergency kit. I'll pop up some things you need right here. I would recommend a pad or tampon, whichever you use, and also a panty liner just in case if you're not bleeding that much. I would also recommend like a change of underwear just in case something happens, some ibuprofen, Midol, any kind of pain medication. And that's basically the things I would recommend, but if you can think of anything else you might need, you should add it into a little Ipsy bag or some kind of bag like that and just shove it in your backpack. And I know cramps are really hard to deal with at school. I actually did go to public school for a really long time. This is going to be my 3rd year doing online school, but I did public school for a lot of my life. This is the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy, and I had to deal with cramps. A lot of the times when I first got it, my mom would actually bring me Sprite to school because for some reason Sprite really helped calm down my cramps. And again, you can have your emergency kit and have your pain medication. That'll help. The one thing that sucks though is you can't have a heating pad. So if it's really bad, I would recommend just asking your parent or guardian if you can stay at home if you just don't feel like you can handle it. There's no shame in staying home for 1 or 2 days because the pain can get really intense and really uncomfortable, especially if you're having to sit there for 8 hours. I'm going to answer one more question before I go and do the rest of my makeup. This is the Rachel Couture Translucent Powder. And the next question is, how do you deal with the embarrassment of your dad knowing and him having to buy you pads? I think you just have to realize that, yeah, dads are uncomfortable, but they also, first of all, probably have a wife or they have a mom or a sister, so they know what happens. It's really not that embarrassing, especially if you have like a single dad and he has to buy you pads. I think just both of you can talk about it to help you not feel so embarrassed, because he is also probably a little bit like about it. So I think if you guys just talk, it'll probably make you both feel a lot better. And also, you just have to remember, it's a very natural thing. Every girl gets it, so it's really nothing to be embarrassed about. But I obviously say that knowing that it is embarrassing at the beginning, and I know that not everybody can be so nonchalant about it, but that's just the things I would recommend. I know I look a little bit crazy right now, but I'll get back to you guys when I have my finished base makeup and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay everyone, this is the finished makeup look. I did back to December, which I already said, so I tried to do some snowflakes and did kind of like a wintry look. So I'll get back to you guys when I'm going to wash this off, because I get asked all the time how I wash my makeup off. And then after that, I'm honestly probably just gonna chill for the rest of the night because it's currently 11:11.
Hey, you are in Paris. I may have put it
Okay, I will see you guys in the morning for day 2.
when you was falling down. Hey, you find it funny. You find it funny, love. You got it crazy now.
Okay everyone, please just ignore the red dots on my face. I just did like this face mask treatment and I'm pretty sure my face is irritated from it, but whatever. I haven't really done anything today other than we had to help both of my brothers do something today. One of my brothers got a car and then we had to help the other one do something. So it's now actually 4:40 in the afternoon on Saturday and I need to do some laundry. And after that, later we have to run to the neighborhood Walmart to get some cat and dog food. And then my brother's dog is going to be staying with us for a week because he's going on vacation, so I'll show you guys all of that. I also am going to be showing you guys my skincare routines tonight, and I'm going to answer some more questions that I didn't answer yesterday.
You find it funny, love. You got it crazy now.
Okay, so basically I'm about to go change my laundry over and then me and my mom are going to run to the mini Walmart, but the weirdest thing just happened. Basically, I'm going to try to summarize the story as best as I can because you guys probably don't care that much, but my brother had gotten a new car and my mom took a picture and our front license plate happened to be in the frame of the camera. When my mom looked back at this picture, she noticed that the front tag is not our license plate. Like, that's not our number. We would know because a couple months ago, somebody had actually stolen our back plate, so we had to get a whole new set of plates. So we knew that that wasn't our front tag. And so we had to call the police department because, like, what if it's like stolen or something? We don't want to make people think we're like involved in a crime because of our license plate, or have like our toll go up because somebody's driving through the tolls. And then my mom remembered we had to get our car repaired a couple months ago because of a minor crash, and it was actually on the front of the car, so we're not sure if they like lost the plate and just put on a different plate or if there's like some shady stuff going on. So me and my mom are actually gonna have to go up there on Monday and ask them if they have our tag, or if they've had tags go missing, or they could just say that they don't have tags and maybe somebody stole it. I'm not sure, but that was literally so bizarre. And my mom only noticed because she was looking back at the picture, so that's so weird. I am going to go switch over my laundry and then we're gonna head to Walmart to get some animal food. Ugh, I literally had to switch over my mom's laundry because it was in the washer and I literally forgot to turn it on, so now I have to wait to do my laundry. Okay, you guys, I just got back from Walmart and I got Orion his dry food. Okay guys, I don't really plan on doing anything but watching TV, so I'll get back to you guys after I'm showered, and I'm going to talk to you guys, like I said earlier, while I do my skincare. Okay, you guys, like I've already said before, I'm sorry about the camera quality. One day I will save up enough money and get my dream camera, but for now this quality is just going to have to work, and also the lighting in my room is not the greatest. So right now I'm just brushing through my hair, and I'm actually going to oil it because I like to oil it for like 30 minutes to an hour or two before I take a shower. So I'm going to do that now. This is probably not the proper way to do it or the proper products, but it's what works for me and it makes my hair really smooth. So I go in with the Marc Anthony leave-in treatment, and I also go in with this shower oil. It says you're supposed to use it in the shower. It doesn't work for me in the shower, so I use it before I go in there. And basically I just take a few pumps of the leave-in treatment, and then I take a couple drops of the oil, mix it together, and I put it on the ends of my hair. Then I go in and I take the oil and I put it on the top, and then I brush it out with a hairbrush. And I also kind of tease it with a hairbrush because it helps blend those oils in. Then I just repeat the same thing on the next side. Okay guys, now I'm going to put my hair in a claw clip, and I'll get back to you guys after my shower. Okay everyone, I just got out of the shower and I'm going to talk a little bit quieter because everybody in my house is winding down. But I thought while I do my skincare, I'm going to answer some more questions. And I also thought, because I can tell from the comments and just from you guys telling me, that a lot of you are either about to start your period or waiting to start your period or have just started your period. So I thought one of the first things that you guys needed to know was how to use a pad. So I thought we're getting pretty close in this video anyways, so I'm just going to do a demonstration. Number one, I recommend using cotton underwear on your period. They're the most comfortable and they're the best thing. They're a lot more breathable. And this is a Kotex pad. It's a Kotex tween pads. These are the ones that I first started out using, and Kotex makes these specifically for tweens. So if you go to Walmart or Walgreens or anything like that, you'll be able to find these. This is my demonstration pad, so I just have a whole bunch of pads and panty liners and stuff in my drawer so that I can use them for videos like this, so I thought I would show you guys. So I did show you guys how to open one earlier, but I thought I would just show you again. So you're going to pull at the tab and open. And when you open, you're going to pull this side so the whole thing is open. Then you have these tabs and you're going to pull them off. Now you're going to, there should be this white liner, and you're going to take the pad off the liner. Then you're going to be left with your pad, and the way that you put them on, I would not recommend boy short, but these are just the ones that were in my drawer. And this is actually where you're supposed to put it. And you're just going to line it up with this like centerpiece right here. You're going to put it on there, and your wings should line up with the side of your underwear. You're going to put it down and fold these over, and then you're good to go. So I know that was a little bit like of a personal thing, but I think it's important for us to be open with each other and show each other things, because we might not always have someone that we're super comfortable asking at the beginning. But if you plan on using tampons, I really, really, really would recommend you asking a grandma, a mom, a dad, a sister, a cousin, anybody who's your legal guardian to help you out, because tampons are a lot more intimidating and need a lot more help. So the first thing I'm starting off with is the 𝒊𝒏𝒒𝒅 Hydrating Serum, and the first question is, how do you sleep? Like, on which side or on your back? I seem to leak anyways. So first of all, I know a lot of people will put a towel down. I don't put a towel down because I haven't leaked in a really long time, but that is because I use maxi pads. So if you don't know what maxi pads are, they're basically the pad that I showed you guys me opening earlier. I use those because they're a lot more absorbent and they're longer, so they help you to not leak. But you can put a towel down, you can use overnight pads. I know this might sound a little bit weird, but I know also some people use Depends, like if your flow is super, super heavy. So I don't think it's embarrassing if you have to use that at night, but that is also an option. I honestly, like I have said before, have major insomnia on my period. So I sleep on my side, my back, my other side. I literally swap sides all night long, so I don't think there's really a specific way to lay. I think you just have to figure out what's most comfortable for you. Usually it's me on my side with my leg tucked in. I think you guys know what position I'm talking about. It's kind of like a fetus position almost. It just makes it to where there's a lot of like pressure to kind of counter pressure the cramps. Next, I'm using the Avant Collagen Cream, and it says, how do you get out of sports/physical activity when it's really bad? So like I already said about school, the first thing you could always do is stay home. If it's so bad that it's kind of unbearable, I would just recommend staying home if that's an option for you. But if it's not, I would just go up to your coach, your PE coach, whoever, and I would say, look, I'm on my period, I'm cramping really bad right now, and I just don't feel like I can perform my best, and I don't really feel like I can perform at all. So if it's okay with you, I would love if I could kind of sit on the sidelines just for today. Now, I know not all coaches and people at school are going to be like that kind to you and say yes, but you can always give it a try. Also, I wouldn't really say this is lying, but if you are like cramping really bad and you just can't handle it, then you can go up to your teacher and say, hey, I need to go to the nurse. It's that time of the month. And most likely your nurse will probably let you sit in there. And if you tell her, look, I really don't think I can go to PE today, she'll probably let you sit in there. Now I'm using my 𝒊𝒏𝒒𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒆𝒔 moisturizing gel cream, and this question kind of goes along with the school one, but it's what do I do if I start in school and don't have anything? So if you don't know, your nurses always carry pads. They're probably going to be the bigger ones, but that is okay and it's perfectly normal. So you can just tell your teacher, look, it's that time of the month, I need to go get a pad from the nurse, or I need to go get something from the nurse, and you can walk in there and just ask for it and they should have it available. I know very few schools, but some schools do have pads and tampons in the bathroom, but unfortunately they're for purchase, but I know at some schools that is available. I think that's really the only things I can think of, but you can always go up to another girl in the bathroom and say, hey, I just started my period, do you have a pad or anything I can use? And hopefully somebody in the bathroom is kind enough to help you out. I'm going in with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream, and the next question is, does being active during your period actually help? I heard it does, but when I'm on mine, I don't feel like doing anything. So basically, with periods just in general, everybody's bodies are different. So exercise might really help some people, and exercise might also really aggravate other people's bodies. So I think with everything, it's kind of just trial and error. For me, I don't really feel like working out on my period, but I can go for like a walk on the treadmill, and sometimes it makes me feel better, but what usually just helps me feel the best is laying down in bed. But you can always try that if that's something you're interested in. I am also going to put on some 𝒊𝒏𝒒𝒔𝒊𝒏𝒆𝒔 lotion, and the next question is, do I have to wear a different pad at night? So like I've already said before, I would recommend wearing overnight pads or maxi pads. I'm pretty sure they're pretty much the same thing, because it just helps to prevent leaking, and you can find them at your local grocery store, Walgreens, or anything like that. The next question is it as bad as they say it is? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's fun, because you guys saw me cramping a couple of days ago. It's not fun, it's uncomfortable, but it's something that our bodies have to go through, and I think as we get older, we'll realize it's a beautiful thing, because one day it will help us have children if that's something we're interested in, and it overall just keeps your health in balance. So even though it's not fun, it is something that your body needs, and it's very natural. So I guess it depends who you're listening to. If somebody says, oh, it's the worst pain ever, that might be for them, and you might have no cramps at all. I think that's something that a lot of people also don't understand. Some people have no cramps, some people have minimal cramps, some people have super terrible cramps like me where they throw up. It's literally different for everybody. The same with the flows. Some people might, for their 7 days or however long they have it, might have a super light period, or they'll have a regular period, or they'll have a super heavy period like me. Literally everybody's bodies are different, so I don't think we should compare and make each other feel bad or make each other feel scared. When you guys watch these videos, I just want to give you guys some insight of what it's like. I don't ever mean to scare you, because it should be something that starts to feel more normal as it goes on. I'm going to do my eyelash hack, which is basically just I put a primer on the back of my hand, rub it on my eyelashes, and then curl them, and it kind of makes them look permed, or like I have a lash perm in the morning. And basically the last question I'm going to answer is one that I get so often, and it's, why is my period late? So I'm going to answer two separate parts to this question, because a lot of people ask me why their period is late in regards to their age. And what I was talking about when I was saying it's different for everyone, I mean it. It is so different for everyone. I started my period about 6 or 7 years ago, and I know some people are 16 and haven't had their period yet, or just started this year. Literally everybody's different, so I don't think you should compare. And if your body has not started yet, that just means it's not time for your body. It doesn't make it unnatural or unnormal, and I know a lot of people say, at what age should I go to the doctor to get checked out to see if it's normal or not? And I would say 18. If you feel comfortable enough at 18 to go to the doctor, then you definitely could, to just make sure everything's on track, but you definitely don't have to. It's normal to still not have it by then, but I promise you, everybody's body is different and you shouldn't compare your journey to anyone else's. And the next question is in regards to like the timing of it coming. So a lot of people don't realize that when you first start it, it's going to be really irregular. So the first time I got my period, I had it and then I didn't have it for a couple months, and then I got it again, didn't have it for a month or two, and then got it again, because that's just how it works. I've even had people message me on Pinterest and say, look, I was supposed to start my period today and I just started a couple months ago and I didn't get it. And I was like, look, it's perfectly fine. I promise it's normal. Nothing is wrong with you. It could also be from stress and lots of other things. You can look it up on Google. I don't know all the reasons that your period could be late, but I know stress is one of the main factors. And if mine is late, I usually know it's because I'm stressing out way too much. So this is my skincare. It's all finished, and I think I pretty much answered all the questions and summed them all up. So I really hope this video could give you guys some insight and could help you guys to not feel so nervous whether you're on your period or you haven't gotten it yet. I will see you guys for day 3 tomorrow, which is my lightest day, so I'll see you in the morning. Okay guys, it's currently 6 p.m. on Sunday now, and we really haven't done anything all day. I've really just been hanging out with my brother's dog, and I just took him on a little walk, and I think the only thing I might do tonight is work on my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, my 8th subscriber board, because it's completely empty, so I need to make the emblem for the middle and work on some names. So I think I might do that, but other than that, right now I think I'm just gonna watch TV, and I'm not gonna film that much because this is already going to be like a 30-minute video. So I'm trying to just keep this day short and sweet because I'm not bleeding a lot. It's the end of my period, so there's really nothing that exciting going on. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later if I decide to work on my subscriber board. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I went searching for my bag that I put all my names in, so when I'm sitting on my bed, like, the names don't get lost. And I opened it, and there are so many names left in here that I didn't get to use on the other board. So I guess I'm just going to finish my little emblem and then just glue these, and I'll work on the other names another night because there is so many in this bag. This is the before, and this is the after. Okay guys, that's all for today's video. If you guys have stuck around this long on the video, thank you guys so much, and I really hope you enjoyed. Before you guys leave, don't forget to subscribe and thumbs this video up if you guys like videos like this so I know to make more. Also, don't forget to comment down below and tell me your thoughts on this video, and also let me know any other video ideas you guys might have. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I love you guys so much.